Today, cryptocurrencies have become a global phenomenon known by most people, but understood by few. In 2018, you'll have a hard time finding a major bank, accounting firm, software company, or government that hasn't researched cryptocurrencies or started a blockchain project. Beyond the noise and the press releases, many people often fail to understand the basic concepts. So let's walk through the whole story. What are cryptocurrencies?
Good evening. It's great to see you again. I'm Panasya Singhavatana of Sasin Sustainability and Entrepreneurship Center. Our topic today is a new type of value storage, crypto generally and Bitcoin in particular. Please welcome Khun Supakrit Bunsat, our fireside chat speaker this evening. He holds many positions, including founder and CEO of Thai Bitcash Company Limited, Senior Vice President in Business Intelligence and Innovation of General Electric Commerce Services Company Limited, and President of the Thai Digital Asset Association. Please also welcome our moderator, Khun Surasit Sachatev. He is CEO and co-founder of Hungry Hub, and in addition, an entrepreneur in residence here at the Sustainability and Entrepreneurship Center. We hope you find the discussion stimulating and informative. As usual, please feel free to enter any questions in the Q&A feature of Zoom or in Facebook Live chat box. Thank you.
And welcome everyone to the fireside chat today. Thank you, Khun Supakrit, for joining me today. And if I may call you Khun Bit, just to make it easier and more relaxed conversation today. So I see that we have about 6 attendees joined in so far. We might have a little bit more joining as we start. So let's not delay and we'll get started. The first 40 to 45 minutes will be fireside chat between me and Khun Bit based on some questions I've prepared and then getting to know him. And also we'll have some questions that we can either have it in between just to make it more informal, or if it's too much, we'll move some of them towards the end. So good evening and welcome once again. So thank you, Khun Bit. Maybe we'll start with quick introduction. Our team, Khun Tong, have already introduced briefly about yourself, but maybe if you want to add a little bit more, your background, what is Bitcash and what did you do at GECS before we get into the topic?
Actually, she did very well in terms of introducing me. So a little bit more about the experience that I jumped into this space is I started to mining the cryptocurrency is called Zcash at 2016, and that is the first time that I found the fundamental of the cryptocurrency, what it is, and I starting to think about how to sharing the knowledge to people that know IT background. So I found the channel called Bitcash in YouTube, and then the cryptocurrency is boom, and so it's like you see today. I have a lot of people invite me to speak what is the cryptocurrency, what is the pricing, how is increasing the price so much, what is the fundamental behind it. It's a lot of event that invite me to talking about it.
I think he's being very, very modest. Just to share with you, his YouTube page has about 65,000 subscriber. Not small for a business channel, and so he's known to be. People call him Kunbit. I don't know what. I think that's from this channel that I came about from what my conversation with him, and he has. From what I saw, the latest episode is what 584 episodes. How many videos have you made?
It's around six. I think it's around 600. 600.
Wow.
It's around 600.
600 videos.
Yeah. I didn't count. I didn't count this from since 500 something.
Okay.
I don't want to count it anymore. But it's around 600 since 2017.
Okay. So, all right. So, I mean, this is probably very common for you to speak to the computer by recording your content. So today must be something more familiar. Luckily, today we'll be doing live on Facebook as well. So you might not see a lot of people only in the Zoom. So seven or eight people attending on Zoom is not all. There's more online. Okay, so
I'm not sure where is the Facebook.
On Sasin, you can copy the streaming channel. I'll send it on the chat.
Okay. I will help you to share to my my fan page.
Okay.
Thank you.
So no problem at all. So I'm just sharing. I just send the link to anyone in case you want to share with your friends if they cannot join the Zoom. Okay. All right. Okay. So maybe get into more about like why did you get into this field? I mean, maybe a little bit more about your background. So what is GECS? So what is your background like prior to cryptocurrency? What made you decide to get into cryptocurrency?
Like I told you, actually, the company, my company, actually, GECS, the company that I work for long time, for 20 years. They provide a solution, the supply chain solution for the large enterprise. So I take care the part of the IT operation and innovation. So I have a IT background. In 2016, I saw my friend. They used the computer in their house to mining cryptocurrency. The specification of computer I saw same that they have, because for the IT guy, they also be a gamer. We have the high end spec of the computer that can mine the cryptocurrency at that time. So I start to try to do the copy the methodology that they use, and I saw I saw I get the real money from that. So I realized that I need to understand it more. I need to dive into the detail. How was it? How to make it to be the real money? That's the starting point, and I jump into this space.
Okay. So I mean, from your profile, I saw that you started getting into mining or into crypto around 2016, 2017, right? And at that time, just to share with you guys, the price of Bitcoin, which is probably the main crypto at that time, was at about $600 to $700 US, which is, you can say, about 20,000 to 30,000, 20 to 25,000 Thai baht. And today, as you guys know, it's been going up and down between 35 to 60,000. US dollars, which is probably about 1 million to 2 million Thai baht. So I'll leave the calculations to you guys, but that's at least 50x in 6 years, I'd say, to 100x if we sold it November of last year when it hit the peak at about 65,000 US dollars. So yeah.
For honestly, if you come back at that time,
yeah,
and you have 1 million baht, do you still can decide to buy at that time? It
yeah,
still had a phrase at that time. I also, so at that time I buy it, but it's not much because we need to have like a money management.
yeah,
We just cut only some part that I think I can lose it and
yeah,
not impact with my life. So I
yeah,
didn't sell my house or my car to buy it at that time.
yeah, yeah,
And so it's not much as everybody think, oh, you get into this space too early in 2016. You got a lot of inquiries, but but
understand.
it's hard to buy. It's hard to buy at that time. So I
Yeah,
just
understand.
accumulate it over the time.
Understand. Obviously, I'm not saying that you've made 50x return, but I'm just sharing with you if you were to invest. That's always how investors look back and talk about if I invested at that day, I would have been a billionaire by now, right? So that's the common thing. Maybe some of the attendees here are billionaires from Bitcoin or crypto investment. So I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot out there right now. But
Yeah.
today, I mean, the big topic is I think, will a single Bitcoin hit $1 million? And this is not me saying it, but there's been articles about it, and Kathy Wood's ARK, which is one of the ARK Invest, which is one of the big crypto I guess investor wrote or commented on something along this line. So I thought it'd be interesting to get your viewpoints. Is this basically the question is this the end, or is this just the beginning in your view, and why?
I would like to share you one picture. I would like to share you. It's from,
Sure.
let me check. I will share this. Oh, this picture.
Yeah.
This picture show us about the market cap hit 1 trillion.
Yeah.
For Bitcoin, it's used just only 12 years.
Wow.
But if you compare with the Microsoft, it's used 44 years.
Yeah.
And Google is 21. So I think this picture can tell you it is just start or not, because it's just 12. And if you look back into the 1990, in the 1990, the technology that we use today is called internet. It's just born, and it took around 30 years to make everybody can access to the internet. So I think what Katie Wood mentioned about the 2030 is has actually it has the number behind it. If we process another 10 years, it's around 2022.
Yeah.
It's actually 22 is not much, and I think it's 20 years from now, everybody in the world should use the cryptocurrency in the daily life. So I think it's just start. It is the first one that from my point of view.
Yeah.
But if we ask one Bitcoin, it should be 1 million. I would like to ask everybody in this life, can you imagine how big is it? 1 billion per Bitcoin is mean 21 trillion total market cap, because Bitcoin has 21 million,
1,000.
right?
Yeah.
If
yeah.
one Bitcoin value is 1
1
million,
million.
yeah, that means the total value of Bitcoin is 21 trillion. House size of 21 trillion. If you see the current the gold market cap, it's 12. Last week or last 2 weeks, it's just 10. After Putin make the war, it's increased 2 trillion right now.
Yeah.
But if you see, if Bitcoin hit 1 Bitcoin is hit 1 million, that means it's double size of the gold right now. How big is this? I try to calculate the size of the 21 trillion. I accumulate top 100 in S&P 500 is around 19 trillion. It's around 19 trillion. Current size of the Bitcoin is just in the report of ARK Investor is around 1 trillion, but now it's already shrink due to whatever reason, but it shrink. But if you see the size of it, it may be and maybe not. It's possible to be, and maybe something between that is make it correct. Or, who knows? Who knows that? Yeah. But I would like you to see and imagine that how big is it, and how can we know that? Another factor that I would like you to understand: if you see, everybody see the Bitcoin go up, right? If you type in the Google BTC / USD, you will see the price chart of the BTC versus dollar, right? And you can see the pattern that is up. It's like it's like stock. It's like another pattern that when it can create the effect of user that jump into this space, the trend is go up. For over the 12 year, it's go up. If you invest around here, over here, even if down in half or 90, you still have positive in your portfolio. The time to invest is important. But another, I would like you to flip the side. When we fix the dollar, we will see the price of Bitcoin is up. But if we think it's like a Bitcoin standard, and we fix the Bitcoin, you can use USDT / BTC right here. What you're gonna see? USDT / BTC. You will see the debasement of the dollar. If we flip the side, flip the coin, maybe Bitcoin just stays still, but the dollar is a debasement itself. That's the point that I would like to address. So it depends on another thing, that how the money that they print into the system, how the debt that the government create into the system. I love one book that I read it. It's called, the book is named The Future of the Price. It state, I think it's very good to show you. Approximately that we put the money into the world, 185 trillion in global debt, to achieve the growth of 46 trillion in global growth. This stat is in 2000 to 2018. You can see at this book, The Future of the Prices, which is a good book that you may understand a lot about the Bitcoin, why Bitcoin was born, what's the Bitcoin, the purpose of the Bitcoin, that's why it exists in the world, why is because when it started, everybody look down. It's going to be disappear in not more than 10 years, or is for the kids that play. It can make from in the air. Everybody can make it. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. A lot of birds that look down Bitcoin. But if you see why it exists right now and why the price is going up, but after Putin, after the war with the Ukraine last year, it's make the price is going down. It has a reason, but I'm not sure we have a time to explain that. But for the question about the Bitcoin will be to one single Bitcoin, it would be 1 million. I think it may be and maybe not. It depends on a lot of factors. But if the factor that support them, like the USD is debasement, and every asset is growing up so fast. But the Bitcoin is the one thing that they use to hedge against the inflation.
Okay, interesting. That was like a quick master class. Fundamental of Bitcoin. So yeah, I'll continue with my question. I mean, just to touch on the chart that I think everyone probably have noticed, that Bitcoin has picked up their numbers around just when COVID started. So I think there's been some talks about this, and I think your topic about USD to Bitcoin as a flip probably has a good point, because as the USD crashed, Bitcoin was stable. But anything else you want to share? Why is it? Because the adoption, like people were home, jobless, like people more interested, or is it to do with the government stability? What was the main top 2 or 3 factors that you think caused the price to jump up?
For the main one, I think it triggered from COVID. I think if you see that chart, this chart is about the debt that is increased to 30 trillion since 2019. It put more 7 trillion right here. And a lot of people in the COVID period, they stick at home, and a lot of people research and have a time to watching the influencer, like a Bitcoin influencer or cryptocurrency influencer in their house, and they got the experience about how to transfer the money, how to stake. And if you see the stat, the DeFi is boomed so much in that period. I think the first one is from the COVID that trigger. But another one is a fundamental of the Bitcoin that is met the cycle of the 4-year cycle. If you're, I'm not sure you ever heard about the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin that cut the reward from the miner in half every 4 years. That part is made, the supply is reduced. It's like a commodity. If you cut the supply in half, it's influence the buyers to you increase the price because the insufficient the supply. That is another part that trigger the prices go skyrocket and at the end of the 2020 until 2021, that the first time it hit to 1 million baht, and then it hit all-time high, another 2 million baht around April and May of 2021. That's make everybody interested about Bitcoin. Another factor is the price. The price is like a communication tools to make everybody interested in it, right? When the country is locked down and the price going up, everybody is in the house and see the price go up. So everybody at that time asked me about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? They want to know. And someone jumped into this space before that and showed a friend. It's like a network effect to make everybody jump into this space. I think it's a timing. A lot of things that happen at the COVID period and make the people jump into this space very crazy. I didn't think it will become very fast like this. I think it may take longer than that, but this time it's crazy. Everybody jump into this space a lot. The account open in the exchange is significant increasingly. It is up to 2 million account open from the last year.
That's only in Thailand or
only in Thailand. Only in Thailand.
Yep.
Only in Thailand.
That comes to my question, like why Thailand is a crypto hub and one of the top countries behind crypto. Like why not US? Why not like why suddenly Thailand? Why not Singapore?
I think personally Thai people like gambling.
Oh,
it's a fact, right?
Yeah.
And if they saw their friend buy the Bitcoin yesterday, today they double the money, triple the money. That's why they don't want to jump into this space. And I saw the stat in the account that opened in exchange, around and a half, the account size is around 500 to 2,000. It's not big. Yeah. 500 baht to 2,000 baht. It's just a small pot, small size of the pot. It's like the people that buy the lottery want to jump into this space to test what it is. How can we make the money from this system? But if you jump into this space like gambler, if you're gonna action like jump for today and expect to reach tomorrow, But if you jump into this space like an investor, you need to have low time preference. You need to wait 10 or 20 years. Maybe I ever talked about this and tell my friend about the how long that I can wait this. I bought the Bitcoin and for my kids. I think it takes around more than 30 years to make a significant impact. Like I told you, that's why I told you I think it's quite fast for this round. I mean the 4-year period. This round, a lot of people jump into this space very fast due to the COVID, due to the lockdown, due to the number of the price is quite significant to draw attention from the people. And why the Thailand is a crypto hub? I think the first one is the people have awareness. The awareness about this is maybe it's come from the, oh, I want to get rich. That is the first intention that they jump into this space. After they stuck into the top of the price, right now, I think a lot of people are stuck in the top of the price. They like a force to study what is a Bitcoin, what is the foundation of the Bitcoin, what is the fundamental of that. After they buy at the top of the price, the people I think they have awareness, and a lot of people jump to test, jump to study what it is. And also the DeFi, a lot of people, they search for yield. They jump into this space because the yield in the DeFi is quite high. Sometimes it's like 100, 200% per annum. It's very high. I ever stake into some project that 10,000% per annum, but it's quite a short period. It's like a marketing campaign that if you lock the money in their pool, they will pay back you a lot of money. That's another factor that's why the people have awareness in terms of the cryptocurrency. But the word crypto hub, I think, is not exactly the crypto hub that I imagine. The crypto hub, it should have support the environment. Support environment is mean you can use the crypto like in the daily life, like you can use it to buy something. When you walk into the street, you can use it, but it's still not support.
Investment.
Yeah, you never spend that. Yeah. So we need to wait the environment.
So the ecosystem is still very early, especially in Thailand. It's just there's a lot of buzz and interest, and because one of the reasons, like you said, Thais love to gamble. Lottery is a big thing in Thailand. You see a lot of accounts, and the way BitCup promote themselves is also 10 baht minimum investment, right? So it's almost like, come on, the gamblers, like what are you waiting for? You know, like that's the key message that they put out there. But that's a different topic, right? So anyway, thanks for sharing that. And next, one of the question I got from the Facebook participant is the name of the book that you mentioned. If you don't mind sharing something about the price, the book that you shared just now, what's the name of the book?
The future of the price. I will share the future of the price.
Okay.
But I will show that again. This Uh, okay.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, if the future of the price.
Sorry,
okay.
sorry. The price of the tomorrow. The price of
Price
tomorrow
of tomorrow
by Jeff
by
Booth.
Jeff Booth. Okay.
Why deflation
So-
is the key. Yeah.
Okay, I took a screenshot of that. I'll post it as part of the comment. So, okay, next question I have for you is what's here to stay and what's speculative? So there's yeah.
What's here to stay? I think Bitcoin is never changed. The first day that they state it's like the peer-to-peer electronic cash system from the day one. It's still peer-to-peer electronic cash system right now. But for the speculation that you're gonna see, like the pricing, it show you. Bitcoin never changed. The supporter like Bitcoin maximalist or Bitcoin holder, they will support Bitcoin at the. You can see the support price. For the speculator, if they think this asset is risk, if we had the incident like the war that Ukraine and Russia to make a war, they're gonna feel this asset is quite riskier, so they will sell it off to list off. You're gonna see the prices going down. That's the key. But what you asked about the fundamental that Bitcoin is never changed. I recommend you to read another report from this report is very good. From Fidelity is a digital asset. It actually is a fund. It has a part of the digital asset and they invest in the Bitcoin. They published the report called Bitcoin First, and they explain the Bitcoin very well. About Bitcoin is a monetary good. It's not it's like a good. It's like a goods, but it has a monetary policy in there. Sure. Bitcoin is best understood as a monetary good, and it's one of the primary investment thesis for Bitcoin is as the store of value assets is increasingly in the digital world. This word is very important because the monetary goods is made Bitcoin differentiate with the other digital assets. And no one can replace Bitcoin. This article writing very well in terms of why another cryptocurrency cannot replace Bitcoin. It has a lot of projects that copy the coding of Bitcoin because Bitcoin is just a coding. Everybody can copy the code of Bitcoin and run another project like Litecoin, but it has something different. It has a lot of things that I need you to read this article because it takes quite too long to explain them. But the key that another cryptocurrency cannot replace Bitcoin is called fully decentralized. The fully decentralized is mean no one can control Bitcoin. No one can seize. No one can. It has it's called a game theory to make everybody that which is called the stakeholder in the network system of Bitcoin to to secure the network of the Bitcoin. That is a key that no another cryptocurrency project replace the Bitcoin. I would like to show you an example like Ethereum. Ethereum, he has a Vitalik. He is the founder of like Ethereum. He tried to delegate the power to community to manage Ethereum, but he still has the power to influence. If Vitalik die, it will be impact with the project. But for the Bitcoin, it's different. Satoshi Nakamoto he disappeared for the first time. They already delegate the power to the miner, to the pool, to the node operator, to the user to secure the network. That's why another project cannot replace a Bitcoin. And if someone would like to be like the monetary goods, they cannot replace a Bitcoin. That's why Ethereum grows in another way. Ethereum show another value proposition is called Ethereum need to be like the world computer. If you can imagine, it actually Ethereum is like Amazon Web Service. That's it. Just another part of the infrastructure. They use the blockchain to store the data instead of the normal database.
I understand. Yeah. So, I mean, makes total sense. And I think one of the reasons why I asked this question speculative is there's a lot of these Doge coins or these meme coins and all this, right? So are those here to stay, or are those how do you look which coin is a coin that will last and which coin is a coin that is more speculative, is what I guess. Maybe in short, given that we have limited time.
Oh,
Sorry.
Actually, the meme coin it can grow by the community. It's like Shiba Inu. If you see the Shiba Inu, they grow with the community first, and then they build the utility value for the community later. It depends on what you want. If you want to make the project success, you need to create the value for the community. It doesn't matter you create the community before you create the value, or you create the value and then build the community. It depends on you. So the meme coin is just a name to call them. The meme is just the way to message to the user. Because of meme, it's easy to remember, easy to understand, easy to connect to the user. Like Dogecoin, you use the Shiba Inu to communicate to user. Dogecoin have the utility value that you can transfer the money over the world. It's very fast. No one can control like Bitcoin because they already distribute the code for everybody in the community to build. But after Elon Musk jumped into this space, they try to manipulate something. That's the key. It's not about the Dogecoin. It's about the people involved in the project to take some benefit from that.
Okay, understand. Elon Musk has a lot to do with Dogecoin. I think last question from me before we move on to the Q&A and maybe a short one. So what are new jobs and opportunities that you think will be created by crypto or Web3, whatever people are calling it as a fundamental? Like what are the possible new jobs or already created because of this? New opportunities or jobs?
Yeah. I think if you see, I would like to show you some slide. If you see, like I told you, Tim Berners-Lee created internet since 1990. Since that, from here, it's around 30 years. Bitcoin over here, and you see it has a lot of job from internet, right? YouTube, esport, influencer. This one is never stayed in the job, like in the course syllabus in the university or in the school. Is never, but the job it create from the market wanted. So I think it will be have a lot of opportunity for a new job. I don't know why it is, but the job it will be created. If we think the internet is like a world information infrastructure, the blockchain is a world value infrastructure. It's the same thing, but the thing that transfer in there is for the internet is the information. For the blockchain, it's a value. Just a different thing. It's like you build the road, the car on the road. It's just the information or the value. This type of the data that run on the road, it will create another opportunity of job.
Okay. I guess for me, that's all. And I try to keep it within the 45 minutes time that I have, because I know there's a lot of you out there that probably has questions that would like to ask. So maybe I'll move to the first question that Kun Pradeep or Kun Sonu has. So for transaction usage, the expectation is the stability of currency. How do you reconcile volatility with daily usage? So I guess if you're trying to sell a snack, right, Kun Sonu, Likey crackers, which is he's the founder of. How do you expect him to sell it on Bitcoin or on crypto if he doesn't know how much he'll get in US dollars at the end of the day? I have some kind of answers, but I'll leave that to you.
Please help me to answer that. I actually I didn't get the point that he asked. If you can elaborate more,
so I guess
the point.
We talked about like why Bitcoin is not being used. The ecosystem is just for investment. I think so. How do you reconcile? Like basically, how do you account for volatility? Like say you want to buy iPhone using Bitcoin. The iPhone, what price will they set? Because normally when you set the price of a product, you don't really change it on a daily basis. But with Bitcoin fluctuating right now,
got it.
In your words, actually Bitcoin is not fluctuating. It's US dollars that is fluctuating. It's a very complex question, but I'll leave you to answer.
Yeah. If you ask the Bitcoiner will you tell each other Bitcoin stays still, but the US is fluctuate. But I understood what they mean, because the monetary system, they try to stable the price for easy to set the price, because in term of the price that I recommend you to read that book. Is explain what is the real price for the future. The inflation is a key for setting the price, or the monetary system is important to setting the price, or we let the open market to tell you the price, and let the pricing discovery mechanism to tell you what is the price. I think it need to wait until the Bitcoin to be the standard. until that, the price of to compare with the Bitcoin will be stable. Because if you tell like the Bitcoiner like me, when we like appreciate for the price of something that I want to sell you in the Bitcoin, and I don't care about the US dollar. It is our appreciation, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's like a USD, but you may have the mechanism behind it, like the cost of your product also with how much it is. But actually, it still depend on your appreciation. How much you put more from the cost. It costs like a base, and you put more your appreciation on the price. But you may think USDT is quite stable because it has a monetary system to manage it. But actually, if you see the price in like the country that lose the control, like Venezuela, whatever, you're gonna see the price today and tomorrow is going up, going up, and they cannot store the value in their currency. They need to buy something that can secure their wealth.
Yeah.
That's my answer. I'm not sure you get what they want.
Sure, I understand. Any other questions from the floor? Feel free. We can probably take 2 or 3 questions. Please feel free to message if you're on Facebook or you're on Zoom, or you want to raise your hand. And I don't know if we have a function to ask, but it's probably best to chat it in here. Anyone would like to ask more questions?
If no one asks, I would like to share you the Bitcoin First article.
Sure.
While we wait the question, this article is very good. They compare about the gold, Bitcoin, and the fiat currency in many angles, like a durable. Durable is mean you can store the wealth in your asset, like a Bitcoin. And the most for the Bitcoiner, the most valuable is the time. And if you look back into the ancient time, the time is stored in the money, and the most precious metal like gold can store our times. Why I tell you like that? If I am a fisherman, I can catch the fish. The productivity from that, I am accumulate the skill and I can catch the fish more than I eat. That's over the consumption that the productivity that I create. If I put that into the it's called hard money or the sound money, it can store my time in there over the time. It's still there. It's not the investment itself. That's why for the Bitcoiner, they feel they store their time in the Bitcoin. It's better they store their time in other asset.
Yep.
And another thing that's called network effect. This report is called network effect. For the winner take all, it's a key that for used for the platform. This one is compare about the Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's different. Another thing that a long time ago I ever think about the Bitcoin is very slow for improvement, but it's deliberate because it has another reason, but it deliberate to be there because the function of the monetary goods is already exists in the network. So it's no need to put more function in there to take small risk. But the Ethereum would like to be the distributed world computer. So it's okay for fast, responsive for the user demand. And if you see the ecosystem of that, you're going to see the ecosystem of the Bitcoin, Ethereum be quite different. The Ethereum is has a lot of dimension that you want to jump into the space, like stablecoin, DeFi, the NFT over here. But the Bitcoin is still Bitcoin. And another one that I would like to show you is quite good to understand. If you see the technology of the information that I told you, the internet information today, the foundation of the internet is the TCP/IP protocol. The protocol layer over here, no ownership possible over here. The top of the TCP/IP is application layer. You can see the Netflix over here, Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook. But for the Internet of Value today, you see the protocol layer over here, the Bitcoin, the network over here. But when you own the Bitcoin, that means you take an ownership of the protocol. And in the future, the application will stack on top of that. You're going to see it in this, not many, yeah, maybe 2013, like ARK investors say, you're going to see the application on top stack or over the Bitcoin network.
Definitely. Interesting, very interesting. So I learned a lot today. Definitely makes a little bit more sense. I still haven't opened an account though. I'm not one of the 2 million people in Thailand that have a exchange account because I'm not into gambling. No, I'm just joking. No, I don't. But yeah, anyone else wants to ask any questions before we wrap up? Last question. If not, I have a question that I probably can ask. Maybe I want it in short, like, is Bitcoin going to be the US dollar or gold standard of crypto? Or do you think there might be another fundamental that can, I'm not talking about gold standard of currency, but I'm talking about gold standard of crypto. Like right now there's Ethereum, there is a few others that are coming up. What do you see between like the cryptocurrencies? Which one and why, or why not Bitcoin will be there?
Like I told you, Bitcoin is quite strange in terms of the money. Like I told you, that report it show you, the Bitcoin is a money, right? And another, they offered another value proposition. The Bitcoin primary purpose is decentralized secure monetary network. That's the key. So another currency try to introduce themselves like a Bitcoin, like they want to be a monetary network, but they've gone. For example, Bitcoin Cash. If you see the Bitcoin dominant versus the competition, Bitcoin Cash or another project introduce themselves like Bitcoin XT, Bitcoin Classic. They copy the code. They copy the code from GitHub and introduce itself. They better than Bitcoin. They create a big block site. It's better to store the data faster, but Bitcoin not go that way. And you see the time prove that it is stronger. It is very strong. It dominates each other. The main important thing is Bitcoin, like I told you, is fully decentralized. No one can control. Another project that try to introduce to community has one person that take control of the network. How can you trust them to manage the monetary of the global monetary network. You cannot trust that. But the Bitcoin born with the trustless network. You no need to trust counterparty and no counterparty risk. You trust the network. The network is everybody to participate in. So if someone would like to interfere Bitcoin, I think they cannot. And Bitcoin is like the tree that's already grown. If you want to cut down the tree, it's very easy when they first born, right? But they already has the root of the Bitcoin is quite strong right now. So it's hard to attack Bitcoin to die.
Okay.
Another, yeah, it's time up, right?
Sure. No. Continue, please continue. I thought you finished.
The Bitcoin, I just want to tell you, no one knows about the future. But for me, and as I jump into this space, I just want to hedging the risk by take some the money of my portfolio to buy it and just hold it. And I'm not sure about the next 10 years, but if nothing happened, our life still use the same thing like this. I'm still okay because it's just some part of my port. But if it strips aside, I still survive because I already have something that I put it there since 2016, and right now my valuation in the digital world is greater than the real world right now because the times is that I use it. I mean I invest in early stage, so it compounds my wealth very fast. So if you would like to hedging the risk and you take into early, it will be help you to secure your portfolio. That's what I would like to message. Yeah. Thank you.
So it's this. Thank you very much. And I know now why they call you Kunbit after listening and the passion on each of the topics. So definitely thank you for your time. And I think because given the time that we have, we'll probably have to wrap it up. Kun Tong and the team, anything else?
Thank you everyone for joining us. Please help us improve our program by responding to the evaluation questionnaire that we'll be sending you soon. And our March event will be a panel discussion on climate action, climate justice, and humanity. The panelists will be environmental experts from several organizations. They will meet right here on Thursday, 24th March at 6:30. You can register now while you are thinking about it. See you next month.
Thank you very much, Kun Tong, and thank you, Kun Bit, and everyone who's come to join us today. It's a pleasure having you this evening, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the evening. And hopefully, hope to meet you in person soon, Kun Bit.
Sure. Thank you for bringing me here. It's very fun. It's a very exciting journey that I never discussed in the English session before.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Okay. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you, guys.